like button. How's it going, everybody? Happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Let me just put my little info in here for my little cash app like everybody else be doing. Donations are not required, but they are very helpful. So I will have my cash app in the chat tonight. And it's $ Tanya Primetime TV. Just in case you want to, donate to your girl's channel. I really would appreciate it. But again, it's not mandatory. I just want to make sure that's known. But everybody, please, when you come in, make sure you please hit the like button. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. Especially if you're not already subscribed and just happen to come across my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, just so you make sure you get all the notifications when I do go live. Thank you so much. Now that we got that out the way, because I am due right now. You see that time? You see that time? I am due right now at a function. I'm supposed to be at a birthday party, my cousin's birthday party, who is in town for a couple of days. Drove all the way up here from Memphis so that they could spend time with the family and celebrate her birthday here in the city with us. So that started at 8, but y'all know BPT time. When it comes to some of us, it ain't gonna be starting on time anyway, so I ain't tripping. I'm just saying, I am on the clock here. But I wanted to come to you guys live tonight, as I promised I would, with a Queen Sugar review. I was a week behind, so I had to watch last week's and this week's TV show. So we're kind of going to be reviewing 11 and 12, episode 11 and 12, all wrapped in one. The name of the actual show was called Here. That was the name of the episode. So you guys get ready, put your seatbelts on so we can get on this little train and start this review for this episode. Now, as we saw last episode, well, we know Darla right now. I want to start on Darla first. Because right now, Ralph Angel, he's going through some emotions with Darla. Remember a few weeks ago when I did the last review, and at the end of the show, when he was kind of tucking Darla into the bed. She was already in the bed, but you know what I mean. He was sitting next to her, and he was talking to her, and he was holding her hand, and, telling her everything's going to be all right, and all this kind of stuff. And just the look between him and her, the little sparks that we saw, and how she was kind of like taking his hand and kind of like, how people do, lovers do especially, or people who's feeling each other, they be holding each other's hand and they be, kind of like stroking it. And we saw that going on. I said, hold on, y'all. Do y'all think there's a possibility that these two might get back together? Because we saw them sparks there, and voila, 2 weeks later, he goes to his girlfriend, Deisha, and I don't even know if I want to call them girlfriend and boyfriend, but they have been seeing each other. They have been having relations with each other. Their children have been having play dates together. So, they pretty much a couple right now. They only seeing each other, but he finally confessed to her, last episode, how the reason why he hasn't been around or why he's been MIA is mainly because he's been spending time with Darla. And immediately she's like, okay, you can just see the sadness in her face. Like, okay, what's going on here? Is he messing with me? Is he messing with her? Is he messing with both of us? But he tells her straight up, which I wish every guy would do that. Every guy would do that. But he told her, I think I'm still in love with Darla. And he kind of feels obligated to protect her, because when she needed protection, It wasn't there. Like the episode before last, when her and her girlfriend in quotes, her girlfriend, home girl, bestie, whatever they was, back in the day when she was on, drinking and, stuff like that, she had got really, really, really drunk, and she thought, this is what she thought. She thought that she had had sex with somebody, in the when her and Ralph Angel was broke up. It was like a couple of days, a couple of weeks, something like that, when they had broke up, and she had did it with somebody else, and she knew the guy that she did it with, but she didn't know that there was more than one guy, because she had got white girl wasted, and her friend, homegirl, girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, was there at the scene and just sat there when Darla was being drugged upstairs by these two guys. And she even told her, at first you didn't seem like you were willing to go. But I'm like, girl, you mean you allowed her? And I won't say allowed her. She sat there and didn't stop it from happening. Like, Darla, obviously, she was out of it. She was drunk. She's been drugged up the stairs. She heard her up there, making noises and all that kind of stuff. And you thought that she was going up them stairs willingly? I was like, girl, bye. So anyway, because Darla wasn't protected then, he feels obligated. That's somebody he was in a relationship with. That's somebody he was in love with. That's somebody he raised a child with, even though it came to find out that that child wasn't his. Darla, as far as like the father of the child, I wonder if she's going to eventually do a blood test to find out which one of them guys it is. Remember, I said I was wondering about that. Like, is she going to approach them? Is she going to run up on them, or at least call them, visit them, something, pop up on them to ask for an explanation why they thought it was right for what they did, or at least explain to them how it has messed up her life and ruined her life and, affected her child's so-called father, I wonder if she'll do that. And the reason why I'm saying this tonight is because you saw how Aunt Vi, she faced her demons tonight. Last night, episode. She was able to face her demons, and I'm glad she was able to face her demons. And I saw this coming. I really honestly saw it coming, where I was like, I'm thinking this is what Aunt Vi needs. She needs to confront her demons. She needs to go see Jimmy Dale. I had a feeling she was going to go see Jimmy Dale. I really did. I thought she was going to go by herself, though, but thank God she, went to Nova and was like, I need the address. I need to know where he lives. And she claims she's trying to mail something or send something to him. And Nova wasn't going for that. Nova was like, I understand you still pissed off at me, Aunt Vi, but you need to tell me the truth. Are you planning on visiting old Jimmy Dale? Because if you planning on visiting old Jimmy Dale, Jimmy Dog, that's why I call him Jimmy Dog, because he ain't nothing but a hound dog. But if you planning on visiting him, then I'm only giving you the address if I'm allowed to go with you, and if you speak to me on the way there. But Aunt Vi, as much as she wanted that address, she was like, okay, I'll let you drive me. But I ain't talking to you until I feel like talking to you. I love me some Aunt Vi. Nova, she had to accept that. She was like, okay, we gonna drive in silence, but I'm gonna drive her there. Nova gonna have her back just in case anything goes down. When she went there, I'm like, I think this is end up going to be a good and bad thing. The good part already happened. And hopefully that girl will not go back. I think her name was Layla. When Nova and when Aunt Vi got to Jimmy Dale's house, which looked like the house has been totally unkept. It looked like it needs help, some paint, some remodeling, some I don't know, a good woman's touch, like what he used to have with Aunt Vi, because that girl Layla, Jimmy Dale, he looked like he's approximately probably like, I don't know, 55, 60 years old. And he up there got this girl walking home carrying groceries and some sacks for him. And the girl looks like she's barely, I don't know, I want to say maybe 26. Maybe 26 at that much. I'm like, this old man got this young old girl. Now, she walked into the grocery store carrying sacks back, and she's up there fearful, afraid, like shaking in her bones because she realized she's late. Trying to explain to him when she sees Aunt Vi and Nova out in the yard and him on the porch. I'm sorry, Jimmy Dale. I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm so sorry, Jimmy Dale. I'm late. The line at the store. And oh my God, I'm sorry, Jimmy Dale. I did not know you had visitors, Jimmy Dale. Please forgive me, Jimmy Dale. I was like, this young girl looking no older than 26 years old, give or take. Give or take, up here about to break down in front of this man. And then she got a bandage on the top of her head. Like he must have just knocked her out last night or this morning. And she's just up there just terrified. After Aunt Vi faces those demons and old good old Jimmy Dale and giving him that box of looks like it had bracelets, arm bracelets that they give you when you go to the doctor in emergency room or whatever. It looked like it had those in there, and she was trying to give that to him. She's been holding on to that for a long time. I don't know why she was holding on to it for a long time. Out of all the things that you hold on to, why she was holding on to that, I don't know. But, she figured, if she's been facing all these demons all this time, it's time for him to face his demons, which is being an abusive husband, taking advantage of her. I mean, he took advantage of her in more ways than one. No means no, Jimmy Dale. No means no, Jimmy Dale. And I'm sure he's doing the exact same thing, just looking at that girl and how afraid she was looking and the bandages on her forehead, that he's doing the same thing to her. So I'm sure y'all agree. But say it was a good thing and a bad thing, because in her going up there to face her demons and taking her strength and her power back by telling him everything that she's achieved and how she running stuff, her own house, her own car, her own man in love, new pie shop and everything, while he up here with a house that looked like it's falling apart and looking like he and the house is in despair. Hey YS Books, how you doing, love? I'm just up here reviewing Queen Sugar, the last few episodes. But yes, old Jimmy Dale, he looked like he done been through a whole lot, while Vi, who he sent through a whole lot, looked like she's doing pretty dang good. And she is. But when she saw that girl walk up with the bandages on her head and apologizing to Jimmy Dale and scared out of her boots, she begged her to come with her. Begged her, explained to her that I was you many years ago. What'd he do? He hit you because the food wasn't warm enough? The food was too cold? The house wasn't clean enough? What he hit you for? It's the same stuff she been through. So she managed to convince the girl to leave with her and go to a women's shelter, where she can get help, get on her feet. And she promised her, if she do everything she's supposed to do and don't go back to Jimmy Dale, she has a job at her pie shop. So hopefully that girl won't go back. But I'm kind of afraid what Jimmy Dale is going to do. He just kept on screaming and acting a plumb nut fool out in that yard, talking about, you ain't seen the last of me, Vi. You ain't seen the last of me, Vi. I was like, Jimmy Dale, if you don't get your old butt in that house out there making a plumb fool of himself, you ain't seen the best. You ain't seen the last of me, Vi. It's gonna be on and popping, Jimmy Dale. Mm-mm. He ain't seen the last of her. She ain't seen the last of him. I hope Aunt Vi got like some kind of protection. I know she has Hollywood. But I'm hoping she has some kind of protection, like maybe a strap some kind of gat, some kind of pistol, cause something around there. They're in the South, so most people do have some. Not only the men with their shotguns, they normally have like, something up in that house. So I'm hoping that she has some kind of protection because Jimmy Dale is coming back. Trust and believe that. If he don't show up at that shelter, he gonna show up at Aunt Vi's or her pie shop or something, trying to get his woman back, trying to get Layla back, and getting revenge on Vi for interfering with his business. But anywho, moving right along. Hey Miss Hall, how you doing, hon? Thanks for checking in on me. Thank you so much for checking in on me. I hope that you've been doing wonderful as well. I'm up here trying to do this review before I jet out the house and go to this birthday party of my relatives. Jimmy Dale is pissed. Oh my God, that's why I said when he come back, I hope she got some protection. Hollywood might have to mollywop, monkey stomp his butt in that front yard again. I'm just hoping that they don't end up going to jail, Vi or Hollywood or something like that, and hopefully, somebody control Jimmy Dale and get him under control, because they don't need no more problems. They already got enough problems with Charlie and Proctor and Nova, because Nova and Charlie, they on good terms again now. After this little road trip with Vi and Nova, they seem to be on pretty good terms right now. So Nova and Proctor is helping Charlie try to figure out, the best route to take to try to make sure that she wins the election. And it seemed like they was doing pretty good at first, but in my head I was thinking, okay, you just done release this information. You done open, a closet full of skeletons with the Boudreaux. She knew to expect that something was gonna happen. She knew to expect it. No, he don't want him. He don't want no problems with old Hollywood. He don't want no problems with old Hollywood. Shoot, and let Ralph Angel find out. Shoot, Ralph Angel and Hollywood. Shoot. Boy, if they both get a hold of him, it's gonna be some problems, some repercussions. Jimmy Dale don't want it. He ain't ready. But yeah, I was like, I'm trying to figure all this out, right? Like, Nova gave Charlie this piece of information regarding like ancestors of the Boudreaux and their ancestor as well. Nova found out this piece of information, I'm sure, from her cousin that she went to visit, a couple of weeks ago. It was basically like hey, Miss Natalie Nolans, how you doing, sweets? Thanks for tuning in tonight. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Nova, she done some research. And she was like, check this out, sis. Check this out. She showed her the information that shows that some of their ancestors is actually related to the Boudreaux. I mean, can you believe that? But look, they down south. So sometimes you can expect some of that they be mixing and mingling with each other, especially in the areas where it was a high population of slaves and masters sleeping with their slaves and making babies and and then sending them down the road to other farms and selling them off and all kind of other things going on. So it's not like it's uncommon for something like that to happen, but I wasn't ready for that. I did not see that coming. But to find out that his family, that his great grandmother is African American. Now this is what I'm thinking. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that maybe somebody who was a slave master probably slept with African American, had a baby by that lady, and that lady was, of course, mixed race. And then that lady probably got with a white man because maybe she looked a little bit more white than black. Y'all follow me? Y'all follow me? Y'all know a lot of times people down there that was biracial, sometimes they could really side with the white people, and they would prefer to live their life as a white woman instead of living their life as a black woman, so that it can get away from all that, that they ancestors have dealt with. You know what I mean? So maybe she married a white man, and then when they had children, their children turned out really fair skin. Really fair skin. That's what I'm thinking. That's really what I'm thinking. And because when Frances Boudreaux came up in there, she was pissed. She's like, what did you do to my Jacob? What did you do to my Jacob? Oh my God. You know what? Frances Boudreaux, she be cracking me up though. She be cracking me up with her bougie old racist butt. I'm like, she like, what you do to my Jacob, my poor child? What you do to him? Man, she is a hot mess. She a hot mess. But from what I can tell, I was kind of unsure about Jacob in the past, but just from this scene, this episode, I can tell that Jacob is not totally like them. Like when he was telling Charlie, what can I do to make it right? Jacob seemed a little scared to fall out the race. Like his family has that much power over him. You know what I mean? And you know how, I done said this before, and we know how it goes. When these really wealthy families have all this wealth, and they done been taking care of their kids and their kids, and their kids basically grow up without any type of worries, go to the best colleges, drive the best cars, live in the biggest houses. I mean, you just got that generational wealth. They will put your butt out the family and make you an outcast if you don't do what they want you to do. And so you could see that kind of in Jacob's eyes when he was like, what am I supposed to do? I just can't withdraw from the race. And so then when he offered the option or the suggestion to kind of do something bad so that people just won't kind of throw the race like you throw a basketball game. He kind of wanted to throw the race and basically make people not want to vote for him and make people want to vote more for Charlie. So that's what he offered to do, and she gave him that piece of information to let him know that. And when he got on for the press conference and told everybody, my great grandmother is an African American, and I am going to I am proud of this information, and I'm going to make sure that I, do research on my family and honor my relatives and my ancestors and that black part of me. Oh, his mother was cringing. She was cringing. And remember, when I was like, okay, when we first found out about Charlie and about Nova's, auntie who had been like MIA, all these years, she had left the country, traveled and all that kind of stuff, and then came back home, I was like, something is up with that part of the family. Everything didn't, like, why'd you leave? Like, why'd you leave? And then Nova went to visit her, and she found out all this information. So I'm like, yeah, their parents control their children. Yep. If you don't go to like, okay, for example, how Micah doing Charlie right now, like that wouldn't happen with the Bordelons, with the Landrys, or any other of those big, huge families with a lot of wealth down south and up north in the Midwest. Families that just have generational wealth no matter where they live. You ain't about to tell me you gonna skip Harvard to go to Xavier? That ain't gonna happen. Because what would have happened was their child would have been outcast. Oh, you going to Harvard. You going to Harvard. I'm going to drive you there and drop your butt off, and you better not come back till 4 years from now. Unless you're a doctor or a lawyer and, okay, stay for 6, stay for 8. But, oh, yeah, you going. But Micah, speaking of Micah, oh, my God. Charlie, boy, you can see the fire coming, the smoke coming from Charlie's ears. She is not happy with him, but I feel like that is so hypocritical of Charlie. What do y'all think about that? for her and Nova and all that they family have been trying to do for their community, for their parish, for their farmers, you know what I'm saying, for their family, and then she tell him that he can't go to college in town and help, with the family, with his parish, with his community. Oh, you can get a better basically what she was telling him was if he go to Howard, he can get a better education. He can do more things, with his life compared to if he went to Xavier. If he goes to Harvard, he can be more prepared so that he could be able to, be on the same level, the same playing field, in their community amongst families like, the likes of the families like the Boudreaux and the Landrys, and people like them who they've been trying to get their farm from, all these seasons. So she's basically telling him, she went from being proud and happy and, in a celebratory, spirit and everything, drinking wine and stuff, to looking like she wanted to put that boy out the house. I was like, come on, Charlie. Come on, Charlie. The whole family, everybody else is ecstatic and happy, that he's willing to stay there, in his community. He'll still be going to school. But I don't think that she thinks that him studying political science and art and, photography is good enough. And that'll get him, that playing field level so that he could, do things for the community or in the parish, compared to the Landrys and the Boudreaux and things like that. But I thought that was so wrong because, technically speaking, out of all three of them, she has had the most, college experience compared to Nova and compared to Ralph Angel, who basically took charge of that farm and ran with it. Of course, him and Nova, of course he needed help, the financial assistance from Charlie. But other than that, after he got that, he ran with the farm and been taking care of the farm. And he really didn't have an education. He's an ex-convict, So, I don't know. I don't think she's right for the way she feels, but I get it. You have to understand after all the fight that they have, and everything that he's been through, especially when he got pulled over and that cop, was disrespecting him and put a gun in his mouth. And, after that experience, I get it. Because I guess if he had more power, if he had, that piece of paper, that it's like, that piece of paper, just saying he went to this school, this college, it would help him more in his future. But again, like Nova and I'm saying, a lot of people who are really rich and really wealthy didn't always go to the top schools in the country. Some of them didn't go to college at all. And they own businesses making as much money as people who went to colleges. So, I don't know. I don't know. Kiki happy. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Hey, Kiki happy. She's like, yeah, he's staying. She happy, she happy. She was up there smiling her butt off like, I didn't know he was staying, but I'm glad he is. Yes, it's his decision. It's his life. It's his decision. Oh, that song just came into my head. Like, Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Hey. But yeah, she real happy. So, and Aunt Vi, she loves her, great nephews. And, she's ecstatic about him being closer to home, closer to the diner, closer to her. So hopefully everything will work out. With Darla though, back to Ralph Angel and Darla. Now we have been wondering if they was going to get back together. I think they are now. For him to sit there and mention to Darla that he has always thought about them getting back together, and she has always desired for them to get back together, I think they're going to get back together. But do y'all think they should get back together? Just because of this relapse, do y'all think Ra is just feeling like he's still in love with Darla? Or is it more of like he feels like he has to protect her, he's feeling pity for her? He feels like, he thinks that she needs him, and that if he's not there for her, then she will continue spiraling out of control and maybe relapse again. And ain't no telling what'll happen. Ain't no telling what'll happen. Or do you think he really, really, really is still in love with her, like he told Disha? What do y'all think? I don't know. I don't know if they should get back together. I think sometimes in those situations where somebody is going through something really, really bad, whether it's a loss of a loved one, a loss of a parent, a loss of a child, or drugs, or anything like that, sometimes you'll get your emotions kind of confused and mixed up. So I don't know. I know I know he still has love for her, but and he might still love her and she probably still loves him, but is it best for them to get back together? That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering. I like the lawyer. Yeah, I didn't grown to like the lawyer girlfriend. At first I was like, she thinks she cute. I was like, she trying to take our Ralph Angel. She thinks she cute. She ain't nothing. But I like her. I like her now. And I mean, she's so cool and she's smart and she's funny and she's caring. And I mean, a lot of things that Ra was missing. Like, yeah, his baby mom, Darla, she loved him and they had a relationship and they raised a son together. Well, he did more raising than her, but you know what I mean. But Rod didn't get all that from Darla. He didn't get all that from Darla. It was like most of the time they was together, she was on some drugs, or she was alcohol, or she was in rehab, or she was, going to find herself, So it was like he didn't have that with her. And then he has this in Disha. It's like then Darla spirals out of control and relapse, and Anvi finds her walking in the middle of the night, and now he feels like he got to be Captain Saver. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think that he should maybe help her get on her feet, help her, stay sober and everything. But then it's going to come to the point where Darla has to want this for herself. And she has to do this for herself. It's okay to have somebody there to support you, but he can't just be sitting under her 24/7 to make sure she don't pick up no bottle or pop no pills or nothing like that. So that's just how I feel. I think he should give him a chance with that other lady, but that's just me. That's just me. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it though. Shoot, y'all know we all about us some Ralph Angel, so we gotta we want the best for him. Like we really know him, like he our brother or something. But that dude, he was looking real good in the last episode. I mean, that side angle showing off the side of his face and that thick old dark beard. Y'all, whoo. I was like, dang, is this the only reason I'm watching this show? Because I love me a dark skin, a shiny dark skin brother. Not just dark skin. But but that, I ain't gonna lie, that is what interested me first into the show. When I saw him in the previews, I was like, ooh, who that man? Harpo? Ooh, him is chocolate, and ooh, just as black as he want to be. Ooh, God, handsome and sexy, and whew. Anyway. Anyway, yes, that is our boo thing. We gotta protect him. Make sure he with the right woman. Shoot. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to finding out if they really gonna hook up together. One thing I also wanted to talk about was Nova and Kevin. How do y'all feel about them two? how do y'all really feel about Nova and Kevin? Like, how do y'all really feel about him? Um, when he came back and he came for her birthday, he was a little late. He was a few days behind, but it's a thought that counts. And he showed up for her birthday bearing gifts, beautiful, beautiful necklace, bearing gifts, and then they got stormed in, so they had a nice romantic dinner with the rain coming down. They was all in the windows getting it on for all the neighbors to see. But once they got into bed, or when they were laying down together under the covers, he suggested that he move back to Nola so that he can be closer to her. And he said that he'd rather put up with traveling further to be with her than only being able to see her like every 4 or 5 weeks. Now, I would have thought that she would have been happy the way that she was acting, especially when they started trying to figure out when the next time they see each other. And he said, well, I can't next week because I have my children. And then she said, well, she can't the week after because she has a seminar or something like that, a class seminar or something. And then she said, and I guess the next week you got the kids again. And he said, yeah, that's my 2-week vacation with the kids. So that's 2 more weeks. And so that would make it like 5 weeks before they would be able to see each other again. So I would have thought that she would have been elated, like happy, like excited when he said he's thinking about moving back. But she was like looking like, do I really want this? Do I really, really want this relationship? Darla ain't ready. I mean, not Darla. Nova, she ain't ready. Nova done been with, how many people Nova done been with since the beginning of this show? She done been with women. She done been with young women, old women, men, married men. I'm like, I don't know. It's like when you are bi, like, do you really do bi people? I mean, I don't know. I be, some of this LGBT stuff, we don't all know, we don't all understand. But when you bi, like, how do you decide if you're gonna be with a woman or if you're gonna be with a man? And if you end up being with a man, how do you keep your feelings at bay from women? And can you be assured that you'll never want to like stray and get with a woman when you're with the man? And I don't know. But she seems like she really likes him and she's happy and content with them being together. But I don't think that she wants to be together that much where they seeing each other every day, waking up to each other and all that. So I don't know. Maybe the long distance thing is better for her. But I don't know. Yes, I cannot wait to the next episode. But yeah, these last few episodes was really, really good. The Boudreaux though, they got something up their sleeve. They now, okay, Charlie had been trying to get in touch with the investigators from the fire at the mill. They ain't been available, ain't been returning her call, not coming out to see her. And then all of a sudden, after Jacob does that press conference, and after Frances Boudreaux storms up into Charlie's, her little office, and then all of a sudden, the investigators popped up, talking about, we have reasons to believe that, it's a possibility that there was an inside arsonist that might have torched the mill. Insinuating that it could have been Ralph Angel, or that it could have been her son, who was investigated last year in that possible arson, when his friend went to jail and all that kind of stuff. So they were really trying to insinuate that their family did it for money. And Charlie was like, hold up, wait a minute. She might not be as rich as the Boudreaux and the Landrys, but Charlie got money. Charlie is wealthy. She got money. She might not have as much as they have, but she got money and she don't want for nothing. And for them to imply that she was trying to get some money from some kind of insurance payout and burn down the mill that they have been fighting for to get from the Landrys, to keep in the family. Like, why would she go through all that and everything that they going through trying to keep old world, energy from all the oil fracking that they're trying to do on their properties, on their farmers' lands, to just torch the place and get a payout and then leave. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. But the Boudreaux, they are trying to do everything possible to destroy their family so that they can win this election, and so that Old World Energy can come in and start their fracking and, start getting the not the oil, but getting the gas, the natural gas from out of the ground down there. So, they have a fight ahead of themselves. They had a fight ahead of themselves. They have to deal with now the people in the community, in the parish, in St. Joe's. A lot of the farmers, people who have lived there for decades, for centuries, their families have lived there, and their families have lived there. And now they go down to make sure they're registered to vote. And it's saying they don't even reside in the parish. A lot of the people, it's saying they don't even live there. And then they move the polls farther away outside of the community. And a lot of people don't have transportation. So now they got to, get together a team, get together some volunteers to make sure everybody can vote and everybody can get to the polls regardless if they have transportation or not. So they got a big fight on their hand. It's wild, y'all. It's going to get deeper, though. It's going to get deeper. But yeah, I really enjoyed this last episode. I hope that you guys did too. I think I hit on everything I wanted to discuss as far as this episode. I think we hit on Jimmy Dale, we hit on Darla, we hit on Deisha, Ralph Angel, we hit on her son going to college, Micah. Yeah, I think we discussed everything that I wanted to talk about. So anyway, you guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm about to go and party my butt off. Hey. I might go live. I will be at a party though, so I don't know because it might be really loud. The music and everything. We having a house party for my cousin who is here from Memphis. They from here, but they moved to Memphis and they came back to celebrate their birthday up here with family up here, even though we have family down there too, because that's where the majority of our family lives, is in Memphis. But they came up here since they've been gone for a while to celebrate with us, and I'm so happy. So anyway, that is where I'm headed. So I'm looking a little cute tonight, showing a little cleavage and things. I can't show too much, y'all. Let me see if I get the camera down a little bit. That's about all I'm gonna show. I don't want to be getting my video demonetized for showing too much cleavage. Too much cleavages. But anyway, I'm just messing around with y'all. But I'm about to get my butt out of here. Thank you, Miss Hall. Thank you, Miss Natural Norlands. Thank you, everybody that tuned in tonight. I really appreciate you guys. YS Books, thank you for chatting it up with me in the chat. Everybody else who comes in late, please make sure you rewatch the video and like the video, share the videos. Also, subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it, you guys. I'm going to get up out of here and enjoy myself this evening. And you guys enjoy yourself also. Have a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow night, I do plan on going live again discussing Black Ink, either Black Ink Compton or Black Ink Crew New York. One of the two. I'll do that tomorrow night. But in the meantime and in between time, Prime Time Squad, make sure you stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces. Good night.